confusing this week.
Oh, this one's amazing.
Anyone?
Shouldn't you be doing a video by now?
Oh, where is everybody?
Oh, I don't know. Ted was here earlier, but just like that, he went.
I just haven't seen him in a while.
I've seen him in a while. I want to say well.
He's around anyway. I think. Oh no! I told everybody to meet me over in Bolton Street.
Oh, hiya.
Calls me all the way in here to do these videos and he doesn't even show up. I just give up. You know what? Yeah, the villain begins now.
Hey, wait a second.
Anyway, anyway, it looks like it's just me today. So he's just stuck with me. Welcome to this week's episode. I think it's episode 101, or we call it number 1, season 2, or we just call it Reboot.
Season 2.
Number 1, season 2. Now it'll be episode 101. Let's start the legacy. The legacy. Which one?
Dalmatians around.
We might get a few woof woofs.
All right, mate.
What the? Speaking of what?
You got up a bit early for Comic Con.
Is that James Masters?
No, who's he? I'm Spike.
Yeah, Spike.
Yeah.
He's Spike the puppet. Spike the vampire from Buffy
I'm
the Vampire
Spike
Slayer.
the Buffy's mate.
And you're not James Masters. He's going to be one of the guests at Dublin Comic Con next week.
Yeah.
Tickets now on sale.
Tickets now on sale in our Bolton Street store.
Yeah, thanks, Des.
No problem.
But
He's also, hang on, my name, most people say I sound like Michael Caine.
I was going to say you have a bit of a twang to you there, because everybody knows you have a great British accent in the show, even though you're American, but Canadian could be. But anyway, you get to ask him about himself next week at Comic Con, along with the Green Power Ranger and Commander Riker. So it's going to be a big, actually good gathering of people at Comic Con next week.
I'll be there with a couple of Bloody Marys.
Don't say that. No, you're a vampire, you would like the blood, wouldn't you?
The blood, yeah.
What does puppet blood taste like? Fluff?
It's a bit, it's a bit.
Hairball again, too.
Yeah, you got a few hairballs, mate, but, Anyway.
You must have heard a few puppets hang around here. That was just...
No, I heard there was a few Muppets, not puppets.
Yeah, some people say the difference. Anyway, what was new this week? We had Aliens Resistance number 2. Another offering from Mr. Rob Kerry. He's the artist on that. So we have that this week. Also from Dark Horse Comics, we have Fight Club 3 number 2. Find out what Tyler's really up to again this time around. Star Trek. Speaking of Riker and everything else from Comic Con, this is the Q conflict. This is part 2. This is where Q and a few other alien mystical beings have gathered crews of the Star Trek TV shows from all around. So you've got Kirk versus Picard versus Cisco and Janeway and all the rest of them coming into that. So it's a big crossover that never got happened in the TV show, but you have it in comic form. Then, speaking of Star Trek again, this is the final issue, but
this the last
it's
one,
a lot of fun. It's Star Trek versus Transformers.
It's a good read, that was.
So people are going, how does that work? Read it and find out. And speaking of things that don't work, got Ghostbusters Transformers coming up in a few months, so if you want to find out how that's going to work, let us know. We'll get more on that later. Finally, this was supposed to come out this time last year, and in the space of that time, there's been a new John Wick movie being made, so here's the final issue of John Wick.
Here's the final one. Yeah.
It will be collected in one edition as well, but it's a nice prequel to the story. Speaking of prequels, Captain Marvel is out next week, and what this one is it's a mission. It's a one-off issue. It's a nice little introduction to Captain Marvel. You don't know who she is. Was 2 kids who were being brought to the airbase to do a little reporting around to ask Captain Marvel one question, but she's out in space fighting, so they're actually asking, what would you ask Captain Marvel? So she comes back down and she shows them what it's like to be one of the most powerful heroes in the Marvel Universe. Then also this week, 2000 AD's got a special offer in 2000 AD this week. If you haven't read it in a while, this is a great week to come and collect. It's only €2. So you want to come in and sample what you've been missing out.
Bargain of the week, guys.
Yeah. People were afraid it wouldn't reach the 2000 issue milestone. They were wrong.
You get them all the code for €2.
Yeah. Speaking of, you can get them here as well.
Get them here too. We have a combination.
There's Ando. There goes Ando. There's your cameo. Yeah, beating the Marvel movies.
All right, Governor. I thought I'd turn into a chimney sweep action for this one. All right.
Not going all Mary Poppins, are we?
Oh, Mary Poppins, Governor. But I'm a master of these voices,
You've been looking at Windows. Michael Caine's looking at Windows. Windows in neighbour.
Yeah, I supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Researching roles anyway. Back to Marvel. We got Marvel Presents. This again, just a 3 or 4
nice cover there. Nice one there with Wolverine. Nice one on the frame. That looked lovely.
That's coming out. So who else came out this week? Oh, previews came in this week. That's what I want to talk to you about. Again, this is for all the new people, and for the people who are sick, I listen to the voice. I hope you turned off mute. But it's just to see a lot of funny things moving about. This is it's stuff coming out in May. Maybe said basically there. And there's a lot of deadly stuff coming out, so we've just cherry picked a few things. You want to come in and add anything to your order, you let us know. So from here we got, as you can see, we're going to get a prequel to Stranger Things called 6. You're going to find out what happened to the ones before 11 of all the kids that were experimenting on for their psychic powers and stuff like that in the Upside Down. So that's coming from Dark Horse. We've got Aliens Rescue, which is going to be a sequel to Aliens Resistance. That's going to be another 4-parter. Then we also have, they call it His Enemy. It's going to be George Takei's own personal story told in comic form of him using an internment camp during World War II in the States. Then Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, number 1. That's going to be coming from IDW and DC. We have Batman Last Night on Earth. This is from Greg Capullo and Snyder, as far as I know. And it's based their take on what will be the last Batman story. And that's just the image to get you teasered.
Oh, Green Lantern.
Oh, look, it's not the Green Lantern's head in there. Who's got a little smile and has a bit of green? It's the Joker's head in there.
Oh, good.
Also coming out from them, this is the Year of the Villain. This is going to be a special. It's going to be a 25 cents comic. So it's going to be a one-off, but then we'll probably kick off into other issues of DC stuff as well.
25 cents.
25 cents, yeah. Comics going up these days. And then one more from DC. Remember the Marvel Zombies? Well, DC does, because they're giving you Deceased. Deceased, yeah.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad. So, there we go. So that's just some of the samples. Also, from the Marvel side of things, this is going to be very interesting. Get that up there, Des. So there'll be a good look at that and see what you're going to see. This is the Savage Avengers. You got Venom, Wolverine, the Punisher, Elektra. Yes, that is Conan in there as well. So Conan's making a big comment. And then War of the Realms will be kicked off by them. There's going to be lots of tie-in issues as well to lead into the War of the Realms. Right, so, here's Onward, a few words.
Let's go.
And then, right, so, you forgot to meet him over in Bolton Street. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, next week then we got Walking Dead 189, we got Unnatural number 8, Girl in the Bay number 2, Batman 66. Actually, that could be higher, but okay, we'll go with 66. Didn't write it all the way down. Doomsday Clock number 9, Female Furies number 2. Green Lantern 5, Harley Quinn 59, Age of X-Men Prisoner X number 1, Conan the Barbarian, speaking of, number 4, Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys the Marvel History number 1, bit of a mouthful there, Deadpool number 10, Star Wars Vader Dark Visions. This is
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, good series. And then also Star Wars Age of Republic is Padme, and then we're kicking off into Age of Rebellion soon, which will have Luke and Han and Boba Fett and Leia.
Cool. Boba Fett, that's another one.
And then Uncanny X-Men number 13. Action figure wise, this week you might have seen a video of the Gremlin going around the place and doing reviews of them. So thanks to him. But we also have the Freddy accessory pack for all the entries for the Dream Warriors.
On my mate.
He's still clean. To make sure the place is all prim and proper. For the all DC Essentials, we have Harley Quinn and Nightwing in stock now. You probably see a few pictures of them up as well. And just to prove, we still have a few of the Gremlins in stock, and that they do go back in the box and get a wreck the place altogether. Incoming from NECA, there's no point saying, we just sold the last Predator Bad Blood across the way. And then coming next week, we have Transformers Micromasters Wave 2 from the Siege line. We have the NECA Aliens vs Predator Arcade Predators, so you have Predators with smart guns and pulse rifles and all the rest. And we also have some FX lightsabers coming in from Star Wars, most notably like Skywalker. We also have tickets that are still available for Comic Con. We've got child, young adult, and family still available. There's only a limited amounts, and a lot of them are sold out online, so we could be the last place in town to get them as well. And they probably buy them on the door, but if you want to make sure you have a ticket, go straight in the door, have your ticket ready. And that.
That's only a week away too.
Only a week away, so yeah, make sure you go on to Comic Con. Right, we'll go run back over here and see what's happening. Jeez, that wasn't going that long.
It's been 84 years, Jay.
No lunch today. I think I might grab a steak. That's not a bad idea, Des. I might get one too.
Right, so I'm up to see Alien this Saturday in Cineworld. I'm really coming.
Wait for me! Jeez, I can't see a thing with this